This is the Headless Headhunter, and I am reviewing a software engineering embedded resume. This person, I have asked people to send me what they're doing in software engineer, full stack, backend, whatever. They said embedding, which was the one part I barely worked on. So searching for these keywords were tough. Take them with a grain of salt, but I am going to review them based on the keywords that I found. RTOS was the biggest one I found, along with either C++, C, or Python. Typically, you only need one of those, but RTOS is the biggest. The word embedded is always good. Automotive, EV, robotics. Then this long list that is probably getting cut off, which is Linux, CAN, Ethernet, UDS, some IP CAN, Ethernet, UDS, some IP, and IoT. I think that is an I. Yes, IoT, MQTT, gRPC, HTTP, security, OTA, software, and telemetry. So those are going to be what we're looking for. Oh my gosh, I hate those words. They're so hard to say. And it looks like you've been applying to about 75 applications, not getting anything. So I'm expecting we can make at least a little bit of changes. So let's see this. What do we got here? BS, that's fine. I don't know if this needs to be 3 lines. I think you can do it in 2. And then we have embedded software engineer develop C++. Good integration using TCP IP. Is that one of them? I did not see that. No. I could have missed it. Front-end transmission of Linux. Linux is a good one. Hardware, creating a streamlined centralized control, and then TCP port. I'm seeing a lot of TCP. I mean, I like the fact that you have C++. I like the fact that you have Linux, but I'm looking at those that I saw commonly in the job description. I'm not finding anything else. So Python is fine. FPGA, was that there too? No. I'm just consulting this list of acronyms and I don't see it. Python. So I mean, keep the Python, and that might be the issue, is you're not having any of these. So JavaScript was not a part of it. I'm sure that's a benefit, but GCP, Google Cloud Platform, that is what that stands for. I don't care about this. This is not what I'm looking for. Python is. Yeah, I think so. Here, if you're looking for an embedded software engineer specifically, in fact, I think if you're looking for, here, let me give an overall arcing one on this one. So if you were looking for a software embedded engineer, it looks like you are not meeting a lot of those qualifications. Now, admittedly, that is one I have not done before, so I had to look that stuff up before I do it, which is what I do for all of these. But if you are going for a, say, full stack position, you also are missing those keywords as well. You have the JavaScript, you have Python for full stack, but there's no TypeScript, HTML, CSS, there's no React, there's no Angular, there's no SQL. You do have GCP, which is good. So, but everything else you're missing, and that is kind of what I'm finding here is you're missing a lot of the keywords that we need, and tech especially is keyword heavy. Some of the other things like management, you go more for qualifications and keywords, but tech is very keyword heavy. So I don't think I can move this forward because there's just not enough for me to move on with this. So please change this, resubmit it, and let me know, how many applications we got. I will say while this video is made, we are in December, and in the United States, that is when recruiting grinds to a screeching halt. So even with a phenomenal resume, there is a huge chance nothing's going to happen during this month. Most jobs reopen up midway through quarter 1, which is year over year. So don't panic, is even with a better resume, you're not getting anything until like January, because it's just recruiting just grinds to a halt during this time. It's rough. So let's move on to the next resume. This is a resume of a data scientist. I don't know why I'm a data scientist. Yes, indeed. No, it's a data scientist, and they have gotten 100 applications to 1, which is not great. Typically, we want to aim for about 50 to 1. But let's see what we're going to be looking for, what they may be missing. So we're looking for R, Python, some of the Databricks, PySpark, TensorCloud. Those are iffy. Not all jobs needed those for, but it's nice to have them. Same with AI, ML, LLM, MMA, WNBA, NAW, whatever. So anything AI is beneficial, along with, and here's a very important one, is SQL. You absolutely need SQL, Excel on it. So I wrote those a little weird, but it's essentially going to be R, Python, SQL, Excel, and then any combo of the other stuff is what they're going to be. Along with, I forgot, this is a qualification, not a keyword, how you have explained complex topics to people like me who need a calculator to do 3 times 3, which I think is 10. So All right, let's look at this. So, applied scientist intern with a master's in data science and 60+ years of experience. Why did you bold that? I bring expertise in cloud infrastructure. At least there's cloud, parallel industry programming. Okay, this can be completely deleted. I don't think any of this is going to help you. Technical skills is way too long. This is exceptionally long. And what's probably happening, and I'm going to, even before going this, is recruiters are going to look at this, their eyes are going to glass over, and then they're not going to see the keywords here, and then they're going to reject you. That is what I think has been happening. So NLP is going to be a keyword, but it's usually just NLP rather than written out. And I've rarely seen RNN. If you're going to keep a skills section, which I'll be honest, I don't even like a skills section, 3 lines max. Same with education. 3 lines for that max. So research experience, research plastic types, CVP data sets. None of these are what I'm looking for. I do not know who this is. I'm sure Dr. Rohini is a great person. I do not know who he is or she, nor how that's going to help. LLMs is a good one. So here's my problem immediately. I have gone halfway through your resume and I have not found basically anything I need. So, because this doesn't count because it's not on bullet points. There's too many of this. So even if they do count this, they're probably going to miss this. Which is important because all this other stuff is not needed. And then enhanced system. Yeah, I'm sorry, data scientist person. You need to burn the resume and redo it. This is not helpful at all. At all. There's nothing here I could really like. And there's no way a recruiter is going to go to page 2. Realistically, a lot may not even go past this. If this was a very hot and contested market, they would dig through this. But IT and tech, which I'm including data scientists in, is not a hot market right now at the time of this video. It is still tough, it's still brutal, and they're probably going to read the first half of your resume. So below this description, right, that I'm writing, below this description is going to be a template resume. I want you to look at that and write that. And in addition, when you redo it, I really only give a crap about this stuff right here. That's kind of it. All this other stuff over here doesn't really matter as much. Like, yeah, there's going to be a couple that maybe they want AWS instead of GCP. Maybe there's going to be some that want maybe like Java or something. But overall, those are going to be the majority of keywords is Excel, SQL, R, and Python. And cloud, which admittedly you did catch cloud. So yeah, there's no way in heck I can move this forward. Please resubmit and put a bunch of those keywords in, and we can give you a better chance, because you clearly have worked your tail off to get here, which I don't know if that expression translates, and I want to make sure you can get a job. So let's move on to the next resume. This is a resume of a softwareengineer.net, which thank you for telling me which one you are. I very much appreciate it. This way I can actually look up the keywords and qualifications beforehand. So in this case, since you are a softwareengineer.net, you're going to go for C Sharp or C, it's going to be with the C's, .net, Azure, or any of the other clouds. I think Azure is a little more popular for .NET in particular, but any cloud should be sufficient. API, React, SQL, Git, and then if you're going for full stack, you need these, which is TypeScript, Node.js, Next.js. The PostSQL actually is not necessarily as needed. JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. So let's look to see if we can find those. There are also probably going to be a couple of other libraries that are more specific to .NET, but let's look at what we've got here. In addition, they have applied to 30 jobs, so probably just starting their search, which isn't enough of a sample size, but let's see if we can't still give them some help. So, talented software engineer with experience across the tech stack. Cool, I need to know what the tech stack is. Dedicated, lifelong learner, highly adaptable, passionate about innovative projects that create positive info, person, and implementing cloud. The only thing I like here is cloud, otherwise this can safely get deleted. Also for this, I usually prefer this being 3 lines, but it works into 4 is fine. Then programming language, you have listed C, Java, C, Python, JavaScript, and TypeScript. So the problem I have with this is a lot of them. And then we go here, this is everything. I do not like this. If you're going to have this, keep it 3 lines. The issue primarily with this is tech in general is very keyword based, and the difference between a Python backend engineer and why am I using my thumb? A Python Java engineer and a Python backend engineer and a Java engineer are going to have different like libraries and databases and stuff they use. And what's the problem with this is this can melt the mind of somebody looking at this, because when you're looking at a resume for IT, you're not looking at one resume. You're looking at about 40 and about 22 minutes, maybe. So maybe 30 minutes, you're looking at about 40, 50 resumes. And when you start looking at that many resumes and all you see is C, .NET, Linux, CSS, Node, F-Core, React, AWS, Azure, Giant, it melts your mind. And it's not what you want to happen to your recruiter. So that's why you really want to make those keywords very clear and concise and screaming from the heavens, and to very be picky and choosy about which ones you have, is because when you're looking at all those resumes in a row, it's not AI. AI doesn't do that. Humans do. And humans are fallible. So let's go to this tech stack. You have it up here. That's okay. I still prefer more of it here, but RESTful API, .NET, those are the keywords, C#. Okay, so honestly, this is hard to read because of the bolding. Like, if you deleted this and made this only 3 lines, it would be a lot easier to read. And right now, this is hard as hell to read because the bolding goes down here, and then your eyes jump up here, and then your eyes jump up here to backend, and then they go to PostSQL, which is a good thing, but then they jump to Django, which isn't what they want necessarily if you're doing a C, and then they jump back down to 200 repositories, and then it goes back up here to schema, and then they're like, well, I guess I didn't find anything, but you actually have AWS, C, .NET, RESTful API. So I think this is more of a formatting issue. And I think you could put a teeny bit more of the tech stack in these, like design, maintain, and implement RESTful API endpoints using .NET Framework and 2 or 3 others of the tech stack that supported new and existing features of 2-facing websites. That's a great sentence. Just a little bit more, but your sentences are fine. It's just the formatting is a nightmare to read. Because look, this is bolded, so yeah, don't bold everything, please. The only thing that should really be bolded is your name, right at the top, and then the relevant experience. Just say work experience, don't say relevant, and that should be about it. And education, which I don't know if you have. Education. So this should also be up the top. So really, it should be this is deleted. Then you have the education. Then you have this and add a little bit more of your tech stack. Remove all the bolding, and this will probably get you a lot of interviews come the new year. But right now, this is hard as heck to read. And remember, recruiters are only going to spend about 15 seconds. That's all the time they have. They are not working on one requisition. They are working on about 35 to 75 active positions at once. They can only give about 30 minutes to one rec where they have to go through the resumes. So this is really, I think, truthfully, more of a formatting issue than anything else. And it really shouldn't be too hard to slot in a couple of those extra keywords and qualifications into some of these sentences. But based on what I'm seeing when my eyes can focus because of the bolding, it's actually the sentence structure and everything seems fine. So yeah, you just need a bit more of the keywords and qualifications and to make it simpler. So that is this review. We are doing a resume of a data center technician. Now, they are specifically looking for an entry-level position. So here is, I'm just looking at this resume now. This is a nightmare already. I'm sorry. Okay, here is what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for troubleshooting, computer hardware components. I know I wrote those backwards, but whatever. Server rack installations, hardware break fix-ons. I don't know what that is, but it's important. Office suites, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Microsoft Teams that you fixed or installed, PC, server, switches, routers. Basically, they want to know that if your comp breaks, you can fix it. So let's go based on those. Also, I'm probably going to say like a little bit of customer service and working with people and explaining topics is going to be one, but those are most of the at least keywords, and we're going to look for those qualifications. So, oh boy. Okay. Positive, fun, loving professional with 6+ years in technical operation, helping thousands of immigration to budget, agile volunteers. This can be completely deleted. This is not needed. You do not need a summary sentence in 99% of the resumes. If you're switching industries, you need a summary sentence just so you can say, I'm going from recruiting to pastry chef, right? Just so they understand. But you do not need this, can be deleted. Let's see, you have a bachelor's. This is fine. Dean's list is okay. I feel like you could still make this too, right? But like, you don't need the bachelor's if you have the master's. Also, a lot of these roles that I was looking at, this is the right resume, yeah. Let me just make sure. This is weird. So, 20, yeah, no, this is it. Okay, I'm going to double check after this video, but I'm pretty sure this is the right resume. If this is not crazy, then I don't see anything here. You're looking for a data center technician role? This is like financial aid. Most of these roles require like a GED, not even a bachelor's. So this might actually hurt your chances. Then if you get here, okay, also your dates, except for these, except for college or certificates, you need months. You need the months on your dates. Inbound and financially capable of multiple tasks. This should be one sentence, but I'm not seeing anything I need. I do like that you were advising and educating students on options regarding financial aid. I actually think that is a solid first sentence because it does show that you could teach people that they don't know what they're doing. Utilize several software databases. Okay, but what are they? I don't see anything here. Yeah, I can't move forward with this at all. Learn complex in-house protocols and verifications. So you actually will need a professional summary about why you're going from financial aid and finance to data center technician. It doesn't have to be crazy, just like moving into data center technician from, finance. And I only kind of have this, but like I don't see any of these things. I don't. I'm honestly concerned that I got the wrong resume. And that's not what you want your recruiter to think of. So I see Excel. I can't. You have to. Yeah. I got nothing. I got nothing here. I can't see anything. Yeah, there's nothing here I can use. I don't see anything of we working with hardware or software. The only way you're going to do this, and since you're looking for entry levels, you're going to need a professional summary. Truth be told, you may just want to put your high school because a lot of these things are not going to pay as much. Maybe. Like the data technicians are, from what I was looking at, close to like 26 an hour, which is going to be like about 52 a year. So 52K a year. So you're going to have to essentially maybe even leave more of your degrees off, have a summary that just says you're transitioning into data center technician, and then, I don't know, put some projects or something that come for this, or alternatively, how you helped fix problems. That might be my only thing. I don't want to end this video on a depressing note, but like, I don't know what to do for this. And you really don't, this goes for everybody, you don't want your recruiter to be confused about why you applied. So I just don't see anything. I don't know, maybe if you help people with IT problems, maybe put in installed Excel, anything you can do, but it doesn't look like you have the qualifications that a recruiter would be looking for this. The only thing I'm looking for is Excel and the fact that you helped people, educate people on financial aid. That actually is a cross skill because that can be transferable. It's a transferable skill that you have taught people something that they do not know. But everything else I just can't find. So please fix this and resubmit. And I want to see you get help. I want to see you get jobs. So because this is just not gonna fly, unfortunately. So on that super depressing note, thank you all for watching the video. Please submit your resumes. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I know that is emotional whiplash because I just want people to get jobs, and I want to make sure that you can, I want this to be the toughest review you ever receive so that you get positions later on. So again, I'm the Headless Headhunter. Please spread the word if you need help and have people come to me. I've got a list of people I'm helping. I need more for it. I want to help everybody get a job. That's my goal. So later, y'all.